He's a sports writer.
Straight out of his civil trial. Dave Palet joins the Big Biz Show as our business editor. Whereas Mike, it's not Casual Friday, it's I slept in my car Thursday. Yeah. Before we get away from baseball, a lot of clubs across the country showed their starting lineups over this last weekend. Dodgers, of course, was pretty unbelievable. The Braves as well. I mean, you look at the Braves lineup this year, and I don't know how they're doing it with their payroll. Is not.
It's amazing, right? Money-wise.
I mean, money-wise, the Braves should be in low A ball based upon the money.
It's incredible. Really, to me, the Braves are the best run organization when you look at money and locking up guys. Because there are guys on that team that are all-stars that are making $5 million a year for the next 10 years.
I know, but did you see? I know, right? Did you see their starting lineup though? It's like I wouldn't want to face their starting lineup. I don't care who. I don't care even if the Padres. I joke around the Padres have got an unbelievable shot this year if everybody plays. But the Atlanta Braves, you can't write those guys off.
No.
Never.
And what I don't know what number they got to be 16th on the payroll numbers or something like that.
It is incredible. But again, they take a gamble on young guys and then they lock them into these 10-year contracts, and really they're underpaid. And you go, I mean, compared to what the Padres have done or the Mets have done, the Braves have done an incredible job putting that roster together, and then they're going to be good for 10 years.
Phillies are going to be right there. Houston's going to be right there again. I mean, could we see another repeat next year? I mean,
you absolutely could. I mean, you know, you're a you're a Padre fan, and you go, okay, well, the Padres' best chances this year, and maybe since they started in 1969.
I think it's the best year we've had since Nate Colbert was smoking while taking ground balls.
The late Nate Colbert, God bless him.
But I mean, but honestly, this is probably one of the best shots we've had since the Garvey years.
100%. But you go, okay, as good as they are, you just mentioned the Phillies are really good, the Braves are really good, the Mets are really good.
It's unbelievable this year.
Yeah, you have 5 teams in the National League right now where you just don't know. Right? It's a coin flip.
Is our question mark for the Padres? It's the converse now. We know we've got the power. We've got the defense.
We didn't pick up a pitcher.
Well, it's just and everyone's
right.
It's a head scratch.
Right.
Yeah.
And the 800-pound gorilla in the room was we got everything covered, but who's going to throw the ball?
Who's going?
I mean, look, and that
we'll just out hit everybody.
Well. I mean, honestly, we've got a great pitching staff, but we don't have a World Series pitching staff, and that's the problem.
Yeah, and it always comes down to pitching, right? It always comes down to the horse.
So when the trade deadline comes around again,
well, that's the thing. You have no one to trade.
I guarantee we're going to let Soto go.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
really, you have no one else to trade. There's no one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. The least productive person out of that whole deal last year was Soto.
Yeah.
So you can give the farm away with him and players to be named later, and maybe pick up.
Oh, you could if you went that move. I think they still plan on giving Soto another $500 million. I mean, that's what it's going to take. He turned down 440 from the Nationals.
Keep in mind, baseball doesn't make money off of ticket sales and chips and soda.
Yes.
Baseball makes money off of television. And when you've got those names on there, that's when you sneak into the Apple TVs of the world when they're covering. That's when you sneak into the Ocho, when you can't catch it. I mean, they're getting broadcast every single place you can get broadcast because of those names. You saw it happen with the Dodgers forever. You see it happen with the Yankees every single year forever. Right. And I think that's part of it. All right, let's switch over. Did I understand the Milwaukee Bucks sold for $3.5 billion? Did anybody even know the Milwaukee Bucks were actually playing? I mean, fear the deer and all, but let's face it, $3.5 billion.
Can you believe that? It was just a few years ago the Milwaukee Bucks were sold for $550 million.
Yeah.
I mean, really, here's the deal. You hang out with a better class of people than Mike and I do. Yeah. But the story
not
is...
now. I mean,
well, you
guys
have to. You kind of have to. But in 5 minutes, you'll never have to see us until for another week. Here's the deal, though, with the Bucks and the value of these teams. They say the wealthiest people on the planet like to show their wealth now, not through like Ferraris, but by owning a professional team. Yeah, right. And that's the way you show your wealth.
I own the Kalina men's softball team in Kalina Park, San Diego.
They were good.
But, hey, Claremont Rec flag football. Oh. The reason I always bring that up is because I played on a great softball league in my 20s at Kalina Park. It was the greatest league ever.
That was my flag football practice.
Yeah, it was a great place.
Oh, Kalina.
But so was it Jimmy and Dee Haslam? Is that their name?
Yeah, well, of course.
They bought the Bucks?
Yeah, for $500 million.
Yeah, so Brown's owners, one of the brothers, governor of the state of Tennessee. You know,
Okay.
so
Say no more.
but also they're the ones that messed up the NFL.
Yeah.
They're the ones that gave the guaranteed contract to Deshaun Watson that has messed up everything for these quarterbacks that want guaranteed deals. Yeah. Which when those guys walk in the owners' meetings, you have to be thinking that there are 31 guys in the room go, I want to kill you. You've messed up a really good thing that we had going for a long time.
Exactly. Hey, let's talk about March Madness.
Yeah.
Because we're here. And it's there are people that never watch a lick of basketball until March, and suddenly they're the biggest fans. And it is actually the best part of March Madness is you have schools like Loyola Marymount University up in Marina Del Rey that somehow are in the Final Four sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
It's those schools that are exciting about it. It's not always Duke and Georgetown.
Exactly right.
But talk about what's going on.
Okay, so right now we all know that people like to gamble on college basketball. We all fill out the brackets, you know, and the second everybody fills
And
it
what
out.
is the chance? 1 in 68 billion that you actually get the whole thing.
No
right?
one's ever had a
Not
good
even,
bracket.
not ever, right?
No one.
Yeah.
Right? And so you sit there and you fill out the bracket, but every one of us, as soon as we're done, I am the smartest man alive. Right? Don't we all do that in our head? Oh, I'm a
Boom.
genius.
Read it,
that
tweet.
guy's an idiot. I'm the smart guy.
Yep.
But here's the deal. We all know that people wager, and most of it's illegal.
Yeah,
so
suddenly-
$10.4 billion is wagered during March Madness. Only 3% is claimed.
Yeah.
You know, and you sit there and you go, that's an amazing amount of money. March Madness, people think it's the entire month of March. It really isn't. It's only about 2.5 weeks.
It's just exactly right.
Yeah.
So who's on your?
Oh, who do I have left?
I got DePaul to win it all.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, I had Purdue winning it all.
Did you have Purdue?
I feel pretty good.
I have done easily the worst because I went a bad route this year. I try to pick upsets, never try and pick upsets. Doesn't work.
But if you do pick up, it's actually a great strategy because the upsets happen along the way, and sometimes every single bracket or every single
Has upsets.
game along the way has a horrible upset.
Yeah.
Not just a big upset, but suddenly Duke's out of the round 2.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly right. So my one left is Alabama. But I mean that was because my kid went to Alabama.
Sure.
And now Alabama's playing San Diego State. Mike and I are alums of State, and at the same time, you're alum too?
Yes,
Oh,
man.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
I
All right,
was
so
there
3 of us are State
Me and
guys.
Monty Montezuma enrolled at the same time.
And so
Class of 83.
They face each other, right? And be honest with you guys, I believe whoever wins that game will go on and win it. That's just my feeling.
Well,
If San Diego
I haven't
State
been this
wins-
excited about San Diego State men's basketball since Steve Fisher was coach. Well, I ran into, by the way, at Dixieline the other day. Hey, coach.
Yeah.
He's still, he's building like a patio cover or something. I mean, Steve Fisher is going, and he's about, I think his middle name is Abraham? If I'm not mistaken.
Social Security number's 8.
Maybe it's. He's going strong. All right, Dave. Thank you, buddy. We're going to get up to the value of NBA teams next time we see you next week. Dave, Palet. Lunch break's over at the civil court. He's going back. No, he's not going on jury duty.